Cusco is a very overly touristed place, which of course means you will probably know plenty of people who have been to Cusco. And because you know so many people who have been to Cusco, they want to give you their recommendations, and above all, recommendations for where to eat. As soon as I arrived to Cusco and in Arequipa, everybody wanted to tell me the best restaurants, so I've marked all of their recommendations in my Google Maps, and over the next couple weeks, I'm going to try my hardest to see if I can visit as many as possible. The first up is the restaurant just behind me called Morena. It was recommended to me by my friend Mario, and wow, he was not wrong. That was the best food I've had so far since being in Peru. I had the lomo saltado, and it came with quinoa and potatoes and vegetables, and of course there were plenty of sauces, which I love. Thank you, Peru, for loving sauce. Also, they served a small dish just before the main meal came out that was potatoes with chimichurri and the ají verde. The interiors were also really cool, the ambiance was awesome, and there were a couple guys that came that sat next to me and ordered cocktails. So this man came and created the cocktails right there in front of them, which was very cool. I'm not sure that any of the other recommendations can top this one because it was truly amazing. It's a little bit on the pricier side, but if you're looking to splurge one day, this is the place to do it. The Cappuccino Cafe is a second-story cafe that also sits on the edge of Plaza de Armas. The ambiance of the cafe is very cozy and has incredible window views of Cusco's main plaza. They have brunch and cafe options. The restaurant I'm going to today is called Green Points Restaurant, which is a vegan restaurant and has very good reviews on Google Maps. So I'm gonna find out if those reviews are true. Plus, it was recommended to me. I managed to get a table pretty easily because I'm one person, but the hostess did tell me that it's really busy and you should probably make a reservation. They have a lot of groups, and now that I'm in here and I look around, there's tons of people. It's also very beautiful. The restaurant is inside a garden and it smells amazing. Everything is 100% vegan. I'm very excited. I ordered the lentil burger and the mint lemonade. I just left Green Points. The reviews were not wrong. They lived up to their name. The food was delicious, and they had 3 different sauces, a mayonnaise, a spicy, and a ketchup of the house. I love French fries, but generally French fries are just French fries. But the French fries here were some of the best I ever had. They were super fresh, and especially dipped in the homemade ketchup. Amazing. Definitely recommend it, especially for vegans. The restaurant for today is called KusyKay, which is in the center but sits at the top of a hill, so it has an amazing view. KusyKay in Quechua means like smile or happy. The food was all really delicious, it's fresh, it's made there. I had the lomo de alpaca, a limonada, and a cappuccino. The service was great. They were very attentive, but maybe a little bit too attentive. They came back to check on my meal maybe just 3 too many times. I spent the last week going to the restaurants in the center, so now I'm gonna show you what it's like to eat at a more typical Peruvian restaurant. And today I'm here with Gringo from Gringo Nation. We've reunited after a year, so this will be our first lunch together. Right now we're at a market that's next to Plaza Tupac Amaru, which is in the neighborhood I'm staying at. I've walked past this market several times, and we're finally going to eat. They have the typical menu, which is either 6 or 7 soles. It turns out it's a little bit late in the afternoon. It's about 3 o'clock to be looking for lunch, so the market was closed for lunch, and we actually stopped in several other places that were also closed. We finally found this place, and they are still serving menu, so I actually don't even know what's on the menu. We just said like tu menu, and he's gonna bring us food. So it's gonna be a surprise. What do you think, Gringo?
Well, first of all, I'm nervous. This is my first appearance on Nikki Post Travel stuff, so I'll try to act all casual. But I had a soup in Lima, and it wasn't as warm as this one. The one I had in Lima was like lukewarm. So this is actually pretty nice, and it's quite thick. Yeah, it's really good, like really well seasoned. And I don't know what these little like circle things are, but
I think it's quinoa.
oh yeah, quinoa soup. There you go. Loving it.
This is my first bite. Yeah, it's really rich. As Gringo said, nicely seasoned. The second dish has arrived. He called it arroz seca or pollo seca. Do you remember what he called it? Algo seca, which is arroz with palta, avocado, potatoes, carrots, and chicken. So kind of basic, but all the flavoring is really rich. It's really good. The chicken is actually cooked perfectly. It like melts in your mouth.
So I don't remember how this is called in Spanish, but apparently we have some chamomile tea.
Mate de manzanilla.
Mate de manzanilla, but it's not warm as you would think. But it's not cold either. It's like somewhere in between. It's nice. I kind of wish it was either cold or hot, but I'm gonna have it either way.
The San Pedro Market is just outside of the main city center. Here, you can get fresh juices for affordable prices. The market is full of touristy stands, dried food, pantry supplies, and food stalls. I ordered a half portion of homemade chicken noodle soup for lunch. Absolutely delicious. I've already shown you the tourist restaurants in the center. I've shown you the menu restaurants, and now I'm gonna show you what Peruvian street food is like.
Este es rocoto, mami.
Ah, es rocoto.
Tiene verduras y un poco de carne. Este tiene queso, no tiene carne.
Ah, es yuca.
Sí, yuca con queso.
Ah, ok. Entonces me da una yuca con queso y un rocoto.
Yeah.
Sí. Gracias. We just walked about 15 minutes from our apartment in the direction of the mall, and there's a little park right along the main road where there's women with baskets and a bunch of handmade food. So the first thing we got is yuca con queso.
It's nice. It's warm. It's crispy, but it's really oily.
Inside this bag is rocoto relleno. So it's a red pepper with some meat inside and deep fried. And then she also threw in a few potatoes and a little ají verde, which I love. It's the little garlic sauce. All right, bite número uno. Oh my gosh, look what I'm doing. Ah!
I don't love spicy food, but hopefully this is not too spicy for me.
I had this in Arequipa at a restaurant that was recommended to me for rocoto relleno. And this from the street in Cusco for 2 soles is so much better. This is the best one I've had.
Wow, that food was really delicious, but it was a bit dry. So now I'm just really craving some orange juice. Well, lucky for me, there's some freshly squeezed orange juice right behind me. So I'm actually gonna go grab some. I got my orange juice. It's nice that it comes in a glass cup. I would expect it to come in a plastic cup.
Oh my God, it's so good. You know, when orange juice is really good, it's hard to take one sip. You just want to keep chugging it. That's how I feel, but I know I should share with Art. Wow, it's so fresh. I love it so much. Maybe we should get another one. ¿Eso qué es?
Morena con queso frito, mamá. ¿Hecho aquí?
Sí, gracias. Hola. ¿Cuánto sale un vaso de chicha morada?
Mamá, 16.50.
Un vaso. Gracias, muchísimas gracias.
Te va a aumentar, toma.
¿Tomo?
Ajá.
Para ver si está bien.
Te aumente.
Ah, dale. Ok, ¿me ayudas?
Más, toma.
¿Más? Oh. Chuck and chicha. Gracias. Gracias. We've now come back to where we were sitting before to enjoy our chicha and our potato pancake with cheese. So this is the chicha morada, and chicha is corn, morada is purple. They have a purple corn here that's really popular in Peru. So this drink is made from that.
I freaking love this drink. It's so refreshing and you can get it all over Peru. It's really, really cheap. Cheers to chicha morada.
This is a cheese pancake, from what it sounds like, a savory pancake with warm potatoes. She gave me warm ones from the little oven. One bite with potato, ají verde, and cheesy. Oh yeah, it really is cheesy pancake thing. Oh, it's like straight cheese.
It's true, very cheesy and almost leathery in a way.
Honestly, the ají verde really makes it so good. A country that loves sauces is a country close to my heart. We had the potato and cheese pancake with ají verde. We had the rocoto relleno. We had the yuca con queso. We had the fresh squeezed orange juice and the chicha morada for a grand total of 12 soles. That's around $3 US.
Okay. We're on our way to reserve a spot to eat guinea pig tomorrow, so we just stopped by this market that they have every Saturday here. You can probably tell there's a guy talking pretty loudly on the microphone behind me, but we were looking for a typical Peruvian dessert, and I have found it with Queso Helado, which translates to cold cheese.
The base of Queso Helado is milk, and cheese is made from milk, so they call this Queso Helado cheese ice cream. It tastes kind of like icy milk, not exactly ice cream, but it is pretty good, and they put cinnamon on top, so it has a nice flavor. It almost tastes like a cheesecake flavor, almost.
We're back at home for a bit, and it seems like you can't make a Peruvian food video without trying this typical Peruvian soda called Inca Cola.
It's bright yellow.
It's so thin and tall.
I'm gonna try it because we're in Peru, so we got to.
And this is gonna be my first time trying Inca Cola. Never tried it before, so let's give it a little open.
Here it goes. My first taste.
The color is not the most attractive color.
Okay, I haven't even tasted yet, and the smell of sugar is so strong.
You know when you go to make a retainer at the dentist's office and they have like bubblegum flavor?
It's kind of like liquid cotton candy.
That's kind of what it tastes like for me.
Or like a Jolly Rancher in liquid form.
I would call this a bubblegum soda.
It's so sweet. I don't know how you could drink the entire thing, but if you do, like, go brush your teeth right after. We wanted to try one of the most traditional foods in Peru, which is guinea pig, or cuy. So we came to this place called La Cusqueñita, which is full of locals. It doesn't seem very touristy at all. And we got cuy. It comes with a couple things on the sides. Beers are coming up. And in the meantime, we have some corn to snack on. Cheers to guinea pig. One of the things about this restaurant, Cusqueñita, is that during the lunchtime, there is a live show. So they just came in a couple minutes ago and danced around on stage. So that was really cool to see for just a second. The guinea pig has just arrived, and to be honest, I'm a little bit intimidated. I know this sounds funny from a non-vegetarian, but having the head here makes me feel really uncomfortable. But I'm gonna try it. It's a little hard to cut. There's a lot of bones. It's my first time eating guinea pig.
Got a little skin in there.
The first thing that stands out is the skin that's deep fried.
Really tender, and the flavor is very strong.
And so it's like seeped into the meat. And the meat has like almost a little spicy flavor.
I don't think it tastes like chicken. It tastes like, has a bolder flavor.
I've only had like one bite of meat. I just keep trying to dig, and there's some ribs and some bones and even an organ, but there's no meat. This cuy is 60 soles, but there's nothing to eat. At least it comes with sides. It comes with potatoes and rocoto relleno, which I will be eating because I'm starving. This is not something to eat if you're hungry. This is something to try once, but this is not a meal. There's no meat. Next week, I'm going back to Argentina, and I'm really excited, and one of the reasons I'm looking forward to it is because the food is so good. So if you want to see what food in Buenos Aires looks like, just click on this video here. Why not?